big day on the windiest day of the year. We just finished sorting the pen out. It's just made out of pallets that gets kitchen worktop delivered on, so it's like 12 foot by 12 foot. Bit of straw down, trough for the feed. Put a bucket of water in for them. They should be happy as Larry in here till a month or so, and then we'll shift them outside when the weather gets better. But we're on our way to pick them up now, so let's go get them.
Steve's just unloading the car because we've got some feed and wood in there that needed taking out. We've already got the pig feed from the country store, so we're ready for them from that perspective. The bed's all done as you've seen, and I'm just feeding the horses before we go because it's such a windy day. Everybody's getting a little bit on edge, so if I give them some food it'll settle them down. Anyway, to be able to move the pigs legally so we're based in England, we need to do a movement form. So the person that we're buying them from has set up a movement form online, so I'll leave the details below. I can't remember it off the top of my head, and they essentially say that they're moving from their holding number to our holding number. So we've given them our address, our holding number. They set up a movement. I think we will put in the registration number of the vehicle that we're moving them in, and that takes me on to how we're getting them here. So we don't have a trailer, we've not invested in one yet. We do need to actually, but we wanted to wait to make sure that this is something that we'd be keeping doing. So with the sheep and the pigs and other animals that we've had, the goats and things, they've all turned up either on the back seat of the car, sat on somebody's knee if they're tiny, or just in the boot. So we fit 3 ewes in the boot of our car. It's just Mondeo. Needless to say, Stephen doesn't go to work in a suit or anything, so that's that doesn't matter. God, the wind's getting up. Anyway, so we're going to take them in the back of the car. I don't know how heavy they're going to be right now. I think they're either 8 to 10 weeks old, somewhere around there. I will check once we get them. So I'm not sure how heavy they're going to be. Our big dog is about 50 odd kilos, and that would be too big to control nicely. I'm hoping they're around 20 to 30 kilos. So it's going to be interesting to see. Right, let's get going. What was that?
It's like half a fox.
A few in the trees still, like.
There you go. There you go. Thankfully that was a successful pickup and a successful journey. There was a lot of debris on the road off the wind, that's the freak wind that we're getting at the moment. Yes. And when we got there, I couldn't get any footage because it's quite quick, just getting them in the car and obviously as least stress as possible. They were tiny to get in the car. How much do you reckon they weigh?
15 kilos.
15 to 20 kilos, so that's perfect for us to be able to handle them. They're going to stay in here now until the weather allows them to go out basically, but before they get too big for us to handle. So we're going to make sure that we're handling them every day, and just to get used to them, just for them to get used to us and make life a little bit easier, because we learned that before with our other pigs when they're not used to being handled and moved around as much. They're just getting settled in now.
Let's see if we go on to the food before.
Have you weighed it?
Sheep meet pigs, pigs meet sheep. Look at them, they're not impressed.
Well, we're back. They're in the new home for the next, I don't know, month or so before they go outside. Just getting them settled. These are Welsh pigs. They're a pure breed Welsh pig. The last ones we had were Gloucestershire All Spotted Cross, and we only chose these basically, well, they were chosen for us. Old school friend got in touch that he just had a litter and offered us some, so that's the only reason we got Welsh pigs. We didn't choose this breed, but we've done a bit of research about it, and it's been really good. They're supposed to be a fast growing, tasty, good lean pig, but not too lean. We like a bit of fat on our pigs, so we'll probably grow them a bit longer than you're supposed to, just to get a bit of fat, a bit more fat on them. They're just over 8 weeks old, so they've been weaned off the mothers for about a week. So all they'll eat now is just a compound feed, just specifically designed for piglets up to 12 weeks, and then we'll go on a different type of feed designed for 12 weeks. But we'll introduce stuff from the garden when that starts growing, and boiled potatoes, keep introducing bit by bit into the diet. We've chose 2 boars, they're both boys. Meet Del and Albert Trotter. We chose boars. A lot of people say, oh, do you only go for gilts? But we had 2 gilts, the first lot we had, and the second, the Gloucestershire All Spotted Crosses we had were boars. And they were far superior in every way. People say boars taste funny. I think it's because if there's other boars around, they let off a pheromone and it gets into the meat. So they say, but we've got no more pigs around us, so it doesn't affect us in that way if that's what it actually is. But we just like a more porky tasting meat, and we found the pork of the 2 boars we got last time far superior to the ones we got off the 2 gilts that we had before that. So only time will tell. So yeah, we'll leave them now, let them get settled in, meet the new surroundings and the new neighbours and the new home for the next 6 to 8 months or so. Just while they're eating, I just want to address all the scratches on the ears. If you can see all the scratches on the ears there, that's just from them mouthing each other and playing. There's nothing malicious in it or not like that. They mouth everything. They've been chewing your wellies and they chew everything at this age. Right, we're a week in now, well, a week and a day since we picked up these little fellas. They're coming along really well. They're getting really friendly. They don't mind having a good scratch and a stroke. So we just thought we'd give you a little update on to round off the video. We've been asked a couple of questions about why we name our animals, and don't we feel guilty about where they're going to? Well, no, we don't. We name them because when they're here, they're just part of the smallholding, and we don't mind naming them. The kids like to name them. They like to give them a personality, but we don't get that attached to them. Well, Grace gets a little bit attached to them, but she knows where they're going and she likes the product they produce. So it doesn't bother us. It might bother other people, but we're fine with it. As you can see, they're pretty happy, healthy. For now, I don't know if they'll look any bigger in a week. We'll have to check the video.
Well, I suppose we can always measure. This one fits in its feeder at the moment.
Yeah, not been long since he doesn't. Just a thing on the feed. This is just what we feed them. It's just a compound feed from our local country store. 20 kilo bag, which is like £9 for the 20 kilo bag. We feed them a kilo in the morning and a kilo on a night. So this is their nighttime feed. We've also threw in some boiled up potato skins in there. We started giving them a few greens just to introduce them to a bit of a balanced diet. So yeah, really happy with how they're going, really happy with how they're growing, really happy with how the personality's coming out and they're getting really friendly. So yeah, couldn't ask for any better pigs, really. So that's the pigs for a week since we've had them. We'll keep you updated as we go on with them and when we get them outside. So if there's any questions, just leave them in the comments below and we'll hopefully try and answer them for you. Thanks for watching.
Piggies. Piggies.
I can't see.